Hello everyone, I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, and today we're playing a game called Slay the Princess. It's a visual novel style choose-your-own-adventure type game which features this princess that apparently we have to slay. But we'll see if we actually have to do that or not. Now let's start a new game. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
You don't say.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Says who? There's our options. The end of the world. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Is that really that problematic? But how can a princess locked away in a basement be the end of the world? I have a few options here. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Oh, really? One of those deals where I have to do the thing before I'm paid, and I don't even get told what exactly I'm being paid. That's just lovely. But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Well, quite frankly, I think that predetermined destiny is foolish. I mean, obviously, I choose my own path, and this princess can do the same. So as it stands, I think the only way is forward. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
I think I can get by on my own.
Each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
I think I can make my own decisions.
You make your way
and be
up
fine.
the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Who's this?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I guess we'll proceed to the cabin with an extra guest in our head.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Do I
The
really need a
blade
blade?
is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Fine, I'll take it.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Let's go down into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I mean, I wouldn't say death is a favor, but...
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I'll continue down the stairs and talk to her there.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet. Oh, there's my answer.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Dropping my one means of potentially slaying you? I doubt it.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'll tighten my grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
I fear nothing.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I think I'll take
She's
my
unarmed.
chances.
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping this blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fine then. I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Fine then. She doesn't want to talk. I'll do what I want, which currently is slay her.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
Well, you seem to be bleeding out.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, that's not terrific. Chapter 2, The Razor. I guess now we're getting into the thick of it.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Is this the same dialogue again? Just back outside
You're
of the cabin?
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a sense of deja
A
vu.
terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole
Pretty
thing's a
certain about
crock
that.
of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Well, that's lovely.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, like hell she is.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
That she did.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. I don't think the narrator's going to give us any leeway, so let's just proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Alright, let's go to the cabin then.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Mirror. Why is that an option?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Let's wipe it clean
You
then.
reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Also, what is our arm? It looks mangled.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Let's take our blade and then go down.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
Fine by me. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
Well, I
That's
intend to
right.
do that anyway.
Scraping. I told you she has something. I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
Yeah, sure.
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yes, it sounds different than before.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
No, I'm not. I think I'd rather just slay the princess.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room.
Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands.
I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers.
I think it's ours.
At first, then yours.
Hee.
How? What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
Well, that's not disturbing at all.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
With a twist of her knee and a
I
painful
guess so.
squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, Arms Race.
You're on a path in the woods. No, you're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered
okay.
sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I feel dizzy.
That's what I'd like to know as well.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Good. It's better
Oh,
that
there's
way.
even more voices
Without
in our
a
head.
fight, no
Lovely.
one can win, and if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times?
I believe this is the third go-around.
This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
Well, it's not as if we failed. She just went with us.
That can't be right, that's too much responsibility.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only
Sure.
furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched.
We take it.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
I feel like we might be going around this little merry-go-round again soon.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one.
Yeah, sure.
I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
Yeah, there's kind of a mirror blocking the way.
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
Alright then, we'll just walk through the mirror.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
Approach the
You
mirror.
make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
I mean, personally, I'd like to see what this character looks like, but I guess we'll find that out later. Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Yes, I agree. Let's get down there and do our business.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
I also noticed the narrator before, he said, "How many times have you done this?" So he knew from the beginning that we were always restarting. He's part of this somehow.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out. so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
So she can also remember the previous times. Also, she sounds more modulated than before.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again. Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
I mean, it kind of did come of it, because she had the blade in her leg last time, which was our inevitable downfall. It would have been fine if she hadn't had that. And this time around, there's no telling what she might do, so you need to be careful.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
Oh yeah, that too.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
And that's the fruits of our efforts.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Fight her again. We're going to have a stiff of her upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it.
Yes! Yes! This is the best idea anyone has ever had.
Yeah, sure, why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things.
Pain is good. It's how we stay alive.
Nah, I'm sick of pain. Yeah, this whole thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
Do your worst. I bet you can't even hurt me.
Sure thing. I love a challenge. I bet I can hurt you so much.
The princess closes the distance and
We dodge.
you dodge.
And we fight back.
And you fight back.
Oh, you're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
You and the princess enter a quick and vicious exchange, each of you wounding the other, but neither landing a fatal blow.
Yes, yes, this is exactly it.
But the dance couldn't last forever. All it takes is a single clumsy moment. She skewers you.
Well, that could have ended better.
Gotcha.
Or well, maybe it couldn't have.
And? Does it hurt?
No.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I don't like that
That's
we
what I'd like to
died
know.
without us knowing it. This really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
That
If
is
we
a good
didn't
question.
realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
Just the 3.
This is 4.
Or 4, I guess.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
I mean, maybe, but I think we might just be clouding our own judgment.
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting.
That's
yeah,
pretty true.
I'll pass on that.
As long as we keep moving, why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing us any harm. Let's see how far this little mind hole goes, shall we?
Come on, show me something new.
All these ideas suck. Think of something better. It doesn't work, and she kills you again, and again, and again, and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
None of this is working. Think. Think.
She skewers you. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. And then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh,
That didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
What's the point? It's all the same.
The point is to slay the princess.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
I intend to.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
Okay, let's go again.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
See? We're getting better. Okay,
Are we?
okay, yeah. That was a good one. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Yes, clearly.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time.
You're right. One last time, that's all we need.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
I think that's the most stupid one yet.
She skewers you.
And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Again. Chapter 4. Mutually Assured Destruction.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
That's one way of putting it.
Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window?
Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
I mean, it seems like we've died quite a bit, so I guess maybe this one will be the final try.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
I can think of a million.
I'm sure I can think of a better way to die.
This guy knows what's up.
They're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
I'm not so sure about it, but let's go in with some confidence at least.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Can we get rid of this one?
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Fine by me.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
I don't trust you, and quite frankly, I don't need your descriptions. I can see for myself.
Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
And yet here I am.
But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Sure.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Then do it.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
Sure.
Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
You know, I feel like you could make an album cover out of this.
Are you ready for what comes next?
How are you talking without a mouth?
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine.
RP, can we get him out of here?
Yes, behold, the perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
There's no window.
That looked painful.
How is she still alive?
That's what I'd like to know.
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
Good for you. I don't care. We're going to slay this princess one way or another.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Empty my mind.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Him too.
Something feels
Just
different
us.
about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You should. Just me and you. You do not act, and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes you as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. Are you sure that's good? It's nothing. You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. Approach the mirror. You do so, and I'll gaze into my reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. So that's how I look. Rather, how this bird creature looks. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Let it be. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Back to Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, I think we'll carry on this maybe on another video. But for now, we're going to end. So thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from me, and comment what your favorite part of the video was. And let me know if you want to see more of this later down the line. But yeah, we'll see you all next time. Bye.